Deep in the French Alps is the Mercantour National Park. It's one of the few untouched sites left in France. Here, wild animals are protected. So for those who work in the park, it's a constant challenge to shield wildlife from the effects of humans.
Carrots. These are the new veggies that grow in the mountains, and they're a real problem. People come here with bags of carrots and apples to feed the marmots, and it's a disaster. They shouldn't do it, but they do it anyway. And they could be fined by the park authorities.
The marmots must not be fed or disturbed.
We won't get too close, or we'll disturb them. Marmots have several burrows, a main burrow with one or two main entrances, and what we call escape burrows, which provide shelter if they're in danger. These aren't particularly deep, they're little corridors that provide shelter.
To ensure the marmots are left in peace, a wire has been installed. This prevents tourists from getting too close. 80 kilometers away, close to the border with Italy, Jean-Marie Sevasco, a retired naturalist, leads us to the foot of Mont Bégaud to discover an archaeological site listed as a historical monument by UNESCO. 37,000 rock carvings have been found in the area.
So, inside a circle, separated by a line, is an ox with lyre-shaped horns. It's undoubtedly very symbolic. Here, a figure, arms raised in prayer, and just below, legs.
Carvings made 2,200 years before our era, made with an innovative technique.
The drawings were done with a technique called picking. Prehistoric humans used the tool to make little hollows called cupules. And they struck and twisted and gradually made the drawing point by point.
These engravings, often of oxen and plows, are the oldest testimony to the presence of farming and animal rearing in the Alps. Today, this tradition continues in the Mercantour National Park. Catherine Bois is in the Alpine pastures to check on her animals. She rears a breed of mountain horse called the MERENS.
Miss Duquette. Miss Duquette is the eldest. She was my firstborn 30 years ago. She's still with us. She has quite a few gray hairs, but she's the undisputed boss.
The first thing that her husband Guy does is to make sure their 14 mares are here.
I always count them. If one's missing, it could mean she's in trouble. Or she could have just wandered off, in which case I immediately start looking for her.
Their biggest fear is a wolf attack.
Our big worry is the wolves. We've lost 11 of our horses these past 20 years. So there you go.
I live with the anxiety, not of them being killed, but of them suffering. That's what's so unbearable, because wolves aren't equipped to kill large animals. They're opportunists, so they don't waste energy trying to kill a big animal, and when they don't manage, they start eating the animal alive.
Wolves arrived from Italy in the early 1990s. There are now about 40 of them living in the Mercantour. Divided into 8 packs, they frequently attack the herds and flocks, and most often, sheep. To protect their flocks, shepherds need their patous, large dogs specially trained to ward off wolves.
They're dogs for protection, but one of mine died this year, killed by wolves. They're dogs, but I like to call them soldiers. If a wolf pack turns up, I'm helpless. The dogs can limit the damage, but that's all.
One dog killed this year, but also 42 sheep. This is a high-risk zone.
We're right in the middle of the park, so sadly, all I can do is accept we'll be attacked by wolves. We shepherds can't even scare them off, and we'll never be able to scare them off.
In the Mercantour National Park, the wolf is a symbol, that of nature fighting back and imposing itself on man. It's one of the few spaces in France where wildlife is truly protected.